Ah, Youri, man, back in the big time. The music, the tempo, the level of football. Are you excited just to be back in Champions League football again, man?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the achievement we got last year, being fourth in the Premier League, it's big and it's very hard to do. And now we're playing Champions League football, which is a big achievement for us as a club, as a group. So yeah, we really want to do something here.
Do you remember when you were like 16 and you had your first take of this?
I do remember, like
Yeah.
it was yesterday. So
Give me what it
definitely.
was like for you when you were just, I want to say a young star, but like a name well known across Europe. And you came on here and you dominated, and you had obviously a number of spells, Anderlecht and then of course Monaco. But what was that first feeling like?
To be fair, at the time you don't really realize it's like a natural feeling where you feel like you've got the level and so it's normal for you to play there. But then thinking about it, as a 16-year-old playing Champions League football, I think I'm still the youngest Belgian ever in the Champions League making his debut. So it's big achievements for myself personally, but yeah, I'm very proud of that actually.
I want to ask from a player's perspective, looking at the new format, more games in the group stages. I don't even know if we call it a group stage. It's now kind of like a league table now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Does that give you more excitement? Know that there's extra games in your legs now as well?
It's different, I think, because obviously now every game matters in the way where it's basically a sort of league where you want to qualify straight away, being in the first eight. But then, on the other hand, it's very hard to pick up as many points, as much points as you used to do before. So there are a lot more teams involved as well, where it's going to be hard to pick up so much points. So we've got different opponents as well. So it's always different kind of footballs that you're playing against, and we'll have to adapt quickly from one game to another, really.
I remember being on the European journey with you guys last year and how amazing it felt around the club. Now, obviously, you're amongst Europe's elite. I think I have to ask you first, the pitch, is this something that you'd be used to or you was expecting? Synthetic, right? So
I mean, we know it now, obviously. We're going to train here and trying to get used to the pitch before the game tomorrow. But yeah, it's true that it's going to play a part for us because we are not used to it. But it can certainly not be an excuse for tomorrow's results. So we'll try and play our game, play our style of football, really, and hopefully try to win the game. But it's going to be hard.
Looking at the additions that's come into the squad, that was already a quality squad beforehand. Yeah. Does your objectives change now, how you look at the Champions League? Is this an opportunity for Villa to turn around and compete with Europe's best? Yeah,
but I don't think it changes anything. I think obviously we've got really good players, we've got a good squad, and everyone's ready to perform, and hopefully everyone's going to be performing well on the night. But our ambitions should be to try and push ourselves to make a mark on this competition and see where we go. But like I said, we want to pick up as many points as possible.
Speaking to so many players for a number of years, they always tell me when you're playing in the Champions League, you have to be clinical. I'm just quoting what I know, but you've experienced it. So you tell me, what are the biggest differences when you step out there on a Tuesday, Wednesday, and now a Thursday as well?
Well, that's the one, really. Be clinical. Every chance you get, you've got to put it in because it can go really fast. And I think that's football, that's life, and especially in the Champions League, the biggest club competition in Europe especially, is it's going to be very hard.
I spoke to the manager earlier today and he was kind of telling me about the project and how he's loved the speed at the way Aston Villa's growing. You as a player who's a part of that project, are you feeling the difference around the changing room and around your players in terms of how you guys look at yourselves?
Definitely, because that's one of the reasons I signed here. The manager was selling me this idea of playing Champions League, and I really bought into it, and that's why that's one of the reasons I signed. And the fact that we get Champions League after my first year here, it's probably earlier than expected, but the fact that we are here means that we're doing well, and we need to carry on in this way.
What is so special about Unai Emery, especially in European competitions? What does he do? So you're smiling because you know there's something that he does.
There is. I mean, he improves you as a player. I think his tactical analysis of the game is just first class, and he can really sell it to you. Like I said, he sold me his project, and the fact that he can do that as a on the footballing stage is what we want as footballers, and that's what's really exciting about him.
I'm just going to ask you one more, because I know how big this has been for Aston Villa fans. 40 years they've had to wait to come back here, and especially they have history of winning this competition.
Yeah.
So what do you think this night is going to mean to the club overall on this journey now?
Obviously, it's going to mean a lot. I mean, just how they celebrate and when we qualified means a lot. But now, being there with us and being able to follow us on our journey is going to be massive with the fans. And yeah, I can't wait to get started, to be honest.
How do they say it? Is it up the Villa? Good
Up
luck,
the
man.
Villa.